What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna go ahead and talk about story mode because they redid the new story mode characters. So as you can see, we got 29 days, 16 hours on the story mode. So if you have been farming story mode, you should know that you get premium items in certain story modes, like the True Shield. You get the Fully Awakened ISO, which are good because you don't have to waste a lot of gold, but you get tier 3 materials in those. And then for the All War, you get Odin Blessings, which is nice. And then you have the Future Ends Here, which you get premium cards out of these. As you can see, premium cards. And then for Dimensional Clash, you get CTPs. So, and you get type enhancement tickets also, which are great for your characters. Now, we're going to go through each one, and we have a lot of premium characters in this month's story mode, and you have native tier 3 world boss in there 3 times. So we're going to talk about the characters and the best teams to run these through on auto. Now, as you can see, 1-1, you have Sunbird. He's a paywall character also. So you have Sunbird, and you have Agent Venom, which you can get through the dimension missions. You can get his bios there, so he's kind of semi paywall. You have Gilgamesh, which he's behind crystals, and also you have Arrow. She's featured 2 times in the story mode. Right there, she's a premium character also. And we have Nova, which you can craft his bios in the craft laboratory. And you have Doctor Doom, which is locked behind crystals also for the Epic Quest. Then we have Quasar, which is another paywall character, and you have Invisible Woman, which is also in the Epic Quest for crystals. You have Gambit, which is kind of semi paywall. You can get his bios from Dimension Missions from the last chest you collect for X Genes. You have Polaris, which everybody should have Polaris. All right, and then as you can see, we have Mephisto, a native tier 3 right there. Then we have Kitty Pryde, which she comes up 2 times in the story mode also. Then we have Nadia Van Dyne Wasp. All right, and then we have Juggernaut, which is also a paywall character. Then you have Carnage, also a paywall character. Then you have Emma Frost, that's locked behind crystals. Then you have Wave, which if you have 750 crystals, you can do her heroic quest. And a Rat Knight also, so that's 1,500 crystals right there off the bat for 2 characters that you need for story mode. Ares is a semi paywall, but you can get his bios in the Epic Quest, so it's kind of free. Then we have Salak, aka Betsy Braddock, which is a paywall character. Then you have Echo, which is a paywall character also. Then you have Yelena, which is a paywall, and then you have Iceman, which is a crystal wall character. And then you have Toxin, which is a paywall character. So if you do have the majority of the characters, which you should have Toxin too, because we got him for free also. But the majority of the characters you should have. And if you do have them, the best team ups to run will be this team. I got Carnage for the lead. Then I have Nadia Van Dyne on your left. And then Black Panther on your right, because as you can see, alright, so it was 5-1. where you need villains right here. So you're gonna pick your strongest villain. Either you could choose Corvus, but I chose Carnage. And the reason why I chose Black Panther, because I didn't want him starting off in the battle against MODOK and Falcon. Is very, very good for this stage. He's really quick, really fast. But the only story mode I had trouble out of was 2-2 with Nova. He ended up dying. I was trying to switch before he did, but it was too late. So I finished off with Kingo. But if you have your Nova build up a little bit, because he doesn't have a heal, so if you have him build up a little bit, then he could definitely clear it. He got almost to the end. So that was the only character I lost on 2-2 was Nova. So I just have to work on him just a little bit. Nadia Van Dyne, as you can see, for stage 4-1. I didn't trust it, so I put her on your left hand side, and I finished it off with Kitty Pryde. Wish she could do that, but like I said, she's a paywall character. But if you do have her, she could definitely clear it. And other than that, though, doesn't have no issues. And Wave, she has a CTP of Insight on her, but she cleared it with no problem. So Wave is not an issue. Ares has a heal, so there was no issues also. And the rest of them were fairly good. So that's the team I ran with. The Dimensional Clash was Carnage, Black Panther, and Wasp. So that's going to be on the Dimensional Clash, because I always run 2 separate teams for story mode, because I don't like doing the back and forth. Now we're going to get into True Shield, All War, and The Future Ends Here. Now for that team, we're going to go through it. Now for 9-1, we have Punisher, Makari, which is a Crystal Wall character, and then you have Scourge. Alright, then you have Betsy Braddock, aka Psylocke again, and Magneto, which are Epic Quest characters locked behind crystals. Alright. Then we have Caecilius, Loki, and Human Torch. Then we have Red Guardian, Gwenpool, and Heimdall for those. Alright. Then for the All War, we have Ironhammer makes his first appearance as the newly transcended character, Thing, and Mephisto. And with Ironhammer, he appeared 3 times in story mode, so that's a lot for a newly minted Awakening character. Alright, then we have Miles Morales with the new uniform. That's the key. You got to have his newest uniform, because he deals lightning damage, and you need elemental characters. So we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and then Rogue. And then also we have Rogue, Human Torch, and Ebony Maw. Then the last one, Ironhammer shows up again. You have Echo, which is a premium, and then you have Thing. So with Ironhammer, he's in the lead slot. He does fairly good. He cleared that stage and the first stage, no problem. The only thing is he doesn't utilize his third skill that has the heal on it. So you may want to have to watch out when you're doing the Odin fight, because he rarely prioritizes that skill. But he did clear it, so there was no issues there. And now for The Future Ends Here, we have Colossus, which is a semi-paywall, but you can get his bios also from the Epic Quest, Morgan Le Fay, and Ironhammer. So that's the 3rd time Ironhammer shows up. The next one is Scourge, Deadpool, and Venom. Deadpool is an Epic Quest character, but you can build him up also. Alright, and then we have Mystique, which is a Crystal Wall character, Scream, and then Blue Marvel, which is semi-premium character, which you can craft his bios also, like Nova. in the craft laboratory. So the teams I ran on the other 3 story modes, I had Blue Marble lead, and then I had Caecilius and Scourge on each side. That way they wouldn't be in the leadership slot. So with the Future Ends Here, you're gonna run it through. I ran it through with Colossus. He has a CTP of Insight, but he also did very well on that stage. Then on 13-2, as you can see, Scourge is in the leadership slot, so I slid him over to the other side, and I finished it off with Deadpool, which is great because he has a heal also, so that's perfect. And then 13-3, I was using Blue Marble, and that's against Thanos. And it got down to the wire. He has a decent heal, and he ended up finishing the fight for me. So, and I have a Mighty CTP of Authority on him, so it's not the best build, but he still did the job, which I never have a problem with him when he does have to be in that story mode against Thanos. Alright, now for the All War is where you need the elemental characters. So, like I said, the first stage was Iron Hammer. He was the lead, so Iron Hammer did great in that stage against Loki. The second one, Miles, finished off strong. Like I said, he deals elemental damage, so if you don't have a CTP on him, you can give him like a lightning damage, 200 proc obelisk or so on, whatever, because he does deal lightning damage with that uniform, his newest one. The third story mode, ran it through with Rogue, because on her skills she does deal elemental damage on physical attacks. So Rogue finished it off strong for me on that one. And then, like I said, Iron Hammer finished off against Odin. But like I said, you have to watch your Iron Hammer because he doesn't prioritize that third skill with the heal. But if you don't trust it, you could switch to Echo in her base uniform because she deals fire damage. But if you don't have Echo, then you could put in like Thor or Jean Grey. Somebody does elemental damage. But Iron Hammer did the trick for me on that one. And the True Shield, as you can see, Scourge is in there again. So the Punisher ran through it very easily with his newest uniform. So he did pretty good on that one. Then I had Salak, which he did great on that one. And then, as you can see, Caecilius is in the lead slot. But since I had him on the right side or left, Loki ran through it. So if you have Loki can definitely do this. And then for the last stage, Red Guardian started and finished it off with me. So Red Guardian was pretty tanky on that last stage, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. But like I said, this is the second team that I set up to run those 3 story modes is Blue Marble, Caecilius, and Scourge. So always try to do your story mode. That way you can try to get a lot of tier 3 materials, because you don't you get 5 runs of World Boss, and this is a great way of farming more tier 3 materials. And I hope they do this for tier 4s also, but that's going to be another video. But like I said, you get abundance of tier 3 materials. And if you don't have any other characters, still run through it. That way you can at least try to get a little bit of tier 3 materials for your characters. Try to build them up quicker and get your roster to where you want it. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Hit me down in the comment box down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.